I was reading Luciana's bio, and she said she has a conference coming in July. I wonder if that's the same jump.
So
She's supposed to have been here before, right?
Yes.
Like in 2015 sometime,
No.
right? But she was supposed to be here according to the communications that I was able to read. But we'll find out why she's here then.
I appreciate it.
Hey, also net neutrality is back in the mail. I don't know if y'all remember we did that story a long time ago. I told you it's going to be real, but I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Also, for our conspiracy theorists out there, we got number 3. Now, things happening. I think you said it in the text thread. Well, I got the third one for you if you're interested.
Yep.
Also, put their phones down. Did you know people be checking their phones while doing it? Well, I saw a study. I got the numbers statistically. I got this other dude too. He's like 80-some years old, and I'm asking the question: do he get a pass or not? I'll tell you why he needs a pass. Yeah, I'm saying it's gonna be funny, but
totally
he may
interested
get
in that.
he may get a pass.
On why he answered the phone?
No, we can talk about that part too. And also, what else we got? Oh, yeah, box office numbers, when Joy's lunch, this or that, birthdays, shout outs, all that good stuff. So, yeah, we got all that coming for you today on Michael and Joy in the morning. Today's the 11th of June, 2018, so y'all know what that means.
Is it your year yet?
What you hit them goals yet? What them goals looking like for 2018? Man, what them summer bodies looking like for 2018?
I was like, slow down, just because you hit your number recently.
I ain't hit it yet. I still got a couple more to go.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Still feel a little insecure. But it's all good. Don't be hating on me.
Shout out to season 3. Insecure.
Oh, I just talking about season 3 of my weight loss, my roller coaster that I've been on.
I wasn't going to put your business out in the street like that.
You do it all the time anyway. Yes, you do.
Good morning.
And next time, answer the phone when I call you. Don't be sending me the voicemail. That was so rude of you.
I didn't even send you the voicemail.
If it rings 2 times and then go to voicemail, you hit ignore.
I didn't even notice that you called. I called you back.
No, you didn't. Why are we arguing?
Right, clearly.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Wake up.
Lego. Ain't nobody send you the voicemail. I'm again tired of doing all that. You know, that's extra work. Actually,
she sent me the voicemail.
I didn't send you the voicemail.
Ain't mad. She sent me the voicemail.
I didn't send you the voicemail. I didn't even
Oh, you
notice that
graduated
he
from
called.
Cardoza. Oh, that's awesome, Natalie. Congratulations. She sent me the voicemail. It rang 2 times and then the voicemail picked up. At least you get 2 rings. Oh, you'll go straight to voicemail? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think it's ruder when it go if it ring and then go to voicemail. If it goes straight to voicemail, I can be like, oh, maybe her phone did or something.
Good morning. I don't even know why it matters. I mean, it just matters if Tasha pick up it.
Exactly.
Hey.
Then they try to call you right back. What up? Hey, Deanna. Good morning.
I'm just trying to get back to return phone calls.
Hey, Patty. Good morning. Hey, Latasha. Latasha answered the phone when I called.
Hey, Tony. Good morning.
Thank you, Latasha, for answering the phone. I'll tell you something.
I mean, you know, like, people ain't got lives and stuff. Sit here waiting on your phone call.
Joy, don't send the voicemail. Thank you, Natalie. You the best.
You got it, Natalie. You
Dad, I bet if I call you, you sending me the voicemail.
Right.
I bet. 404, who this? Why people act funny when
it's an area code they don't know?
Yeah.
As if it's long distance anymore.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Whoop, whoop.
MichaelandJoy.com. We back. Hey, got an awesome show for you today. Shout out to Natalie. She's in the building today.
Hey, Natalie. What up, Tony?
Deanna is over there. Shout out to you. William Hodges is going to be hanging out with us today. Luciana is going to be hanging out with us today.
Sir.
And like I said, today's show is brought to you by Nikita Todd-Stanley. TeamTireRealtyGroup.com is in the building today. As a matter of fact, it is the 11th of June, 2018.
And on this day in 1982, Steven Spielberg's movie E.T. opened.
Nice.
That was a good movie.
So 82.
Clearly didn't watch it in 82 though.
Yeah, I was there. I went to the movie. I was at the season premiere, walking the red carpet.
Poor stuff.
With little E.T. in them. But no, I was 11 years old when that movie came out. And that was the first movie like I actually cried at. Like
I could see that.
Yeah,
multiple times actually.
Man,
you know,
the scene that got me is when he was laying on the table and he was on his little deathbed and the little thing was beeping. It was,
beep.
Yeah, he almost flatlined.
Beep.
Man, I started crying. I was like, don't do it. And then the little dude came and put him in the bike and they was riding off. I was like, yeah. But I ain't gonna tell nobody. I cried though. Because I was 11. I was supposed to be hard at 11.
I think you just told everybody. You did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. But you know what? It's all good.
Hey, shout out to Kim Horton. Kim Horton is a real estate buddy of mine back in the day.
Okay.
Tasha and I was going to get some Waffle House the other day. So as we are, shout out to Waffle House. Is Griggs watching? Griggs, we still boycotting the Waffle House? I hope not, because I messed it up for everybody.
Yeah, so have I.
I sure did. But look, so we was getting out the car, right? And as we were going into the Waffle House, a young lady knew who I was. She recognized me from my stardom.
Yeah.
As me and Tasha was coming in, she said, "Hey, Michael and Joy." It was just so, like, Tasha was with me. And she knew that wasn't you, but everybody's just used to saying Michael and Joy.
Yeah, how'd Tasha feel about that?
Oh, she loved it.
Yeah.
She like, my husband famous.
Oh, that's so cute. Did she give you a discount?
Why would she give me a discount?
I mean, maybe not charge you for the coffee or you.
No, she didn't work at the Waffle House. We were going in at the same time.
Whoops.
We sat next
to
to
story
each other.
telling.
No, he's got to be more effective listener.
Did y'all think that he was talking about somebody
they
that
might
worked
ain't
at Waffle
even
House?
on, so they can't even
Everybody in here said yes. Hey, Michael and Joy. On this day also, it is.
Hey, shout out to Ocean's 8 though. Y'all know Ocean's 8 came out over the weekend. The female-led reboot of the Ocean's franchise, and believe it or not, opened up $41.5 million at the box office, and it took the top spot, knocked down Solo, the Han Solo story. But it also debuted, it had a higher debut than any of the other Ocean's 11. They all came in between 36 and 39 million during this first weekend. Okay. And this one with, who was it, Sandra Bullock and Rihanna and a whole lot of other Caucasian sisters were in there. And
it's a bunch of other, it's a couple other black people as well. They in the background.
Who? Besides Rihanna, that's it.
I said they in the background. I didn't say they was like,
I'm sure they was extras or something like that. But did you see the movie yet?
I did not see it. But you want to know what? So, it's hard for me because can you compare an Ocean's 8 to an Ocean's 1? Like, I don't think even the time period, like, you know what I mean? As far as the amount of people going to see it now, you have, the bootleg versions. You might have more theaters that could, be playing it.
I don't like to listen to other people's critiques of movies or anything, really, because just because you didn't like it doesn't mean that I won't like it. And I'm a fan of the Ocean's.
I do. I'm pretty excited to see how this one. I liked how they tied Sandra in, as opposed to like her being related to everyone. So
let's see. It was Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Rihanna, Helen something, and Awkwafina. I'm sure I jacked that up. That might be a sister girl. Hold on, the way that name is pronounced. No, that's the Asian chick. So
and then there's that.
That's the Joy. She was the Joy of the crew.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning.
So shout out to Ocean's 11 and how well they did. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk to Bill Hodges. He's in the building with us today, Spirit Connection Ministries, and Luciana is in the building today. Hey, don't go nowhere. It's more Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com. Wake up, shout it.
Lego. The joy in the group.
The joy.
See this abuse that I take early in the morning?
Awkwafina. That's her name. Awkwafina.
Awkwafina.
Is that Awkwafina?
No.
That's Awkwafina.
You might be right.
You see it? A-W Awkwafina.
She said, yeah, you might be right on that.
Talk to people.
Let's try this. Okay, and William Hodges.
Yes, oh my God, our conference just had to move back because of sponsorship.
Okay. What's the? Okay.
Good morning, Niecy. Hey, Russ.
What it is, revive, revisit, and reconnect. Okay. You got that yet?
We don't.
Okay.
We still in negotiations with sponsorship.
Okay, that's cool. It seems like we've done this before. Oh, no. We had you on the show before, right?
So this was probably in November. I was supposed to come at the beginning of this year when I had the PR team.
Yeah.
And
I got it. Because I remember seeing, as I'm looking at this right now, I remember seeing your name on one of the show scripts. I got it. Yeah. I was like, damn, this feels. What is that? Deja vu. I was like, damn, I've seen this name in this paper before.
I've done this before.
So, let's go.
How does this tie in?
What up, bro?
William, who was your PR?
Cassandra.
Lakein?
Yes.
Make sure I send it to you guys. And then I tagged you also.
She was stuck in traffic. Had an accident or something on the street.
Oh, really? Was she headed this way?
Yeah.
Don't that music make you feel like freaky, like Halloween?
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita, Todd-Stanley, and the Team Todd Realty Group, dedicated to helping people realize the dream of home ownership. For more information, all you got to do is visit her website, teamtoddrealtygroup.com. She's going to be hanging out with us today. Also, we'll talk net neutrality. It's for real, guys. Yep, we told y'all that years ago. Also, people use their cell phones in some of the craziest places, and I think because I think I'm gonna hold on to that story because William Hodges is here. We're gonna talk about Spirit Connection Ministries, and I might not tie along with Bill wants to talk about today. So I don't want to have this awkward segment, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. What's up, Mr. Bill? William Hodges. Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm awesome. How about yourself?
I'm blessed.
Where you from originally?
I'm from Chicago.
Chicago. You know, you remind me of Craig Hodges. Are you related to Craig Hodges?
We say we're from the same plantation.
The Hodges plantation. For those that don't know, Craig Hodges, basketball player, he was with the Chicago Bulls back in the day when him and Mike. As a matter of fact, Craig hit a couple of clutch baskets to win some championships. So welcome to the show.
Name Craig. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig.
Let me buy that TV, Craig.
But Bill is hanging out with us today. Spirit Connection Ministries. You guys are doing your first annual gospel jazz concert. Is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself before we talk about the concert.
Well, I'm like I said, originally from Chicago. I'm here ministering to.
We got you, brother. Good at the time. Ain't nobody watching.
Ministering to ex-offenders.
Okay.
We house them. We minister to them. We try to get them acclimated back into society. And that's my calling. That's my mission.
There you go.
I was gonna say it's not necessarily easy transition at all, is it?
Not at all.
What makes it so? What do you think makes it harder? Is it the fact that they've been in for so long and now like the world has changed around them, or the fact that people aren't accepting of the fact that they had a past and they're in a different place now?
The biggest thing is acceptance.
Okay.
Acceptance from their families. They're disconnected from their children. They're disconnected from parents, and they've just been away so long that they don't know anything. And the world is constantly evolving. We're in a technical, society now, and it wasn't like that before.
Right. Yeah. You go in and get disconnected off your computer for 2 weeks or so. You'll be so behind. I can only imagine someone being in 10, 15 years or something like that. Exactly. Totally makes a difference. And now you got the jazz concert that's coming up. The gospel jazz concert is going down. How did you put this together? How did this event evolve for you?
Well, we needed to raise funds for the housing. For the different things that we're trying to do for the prisoners. So we came up with our first annual gospel and jazz festival.
There you go. Now, what about your story growing up in Chicago? What was it like?
It was kind of rough, Chicago has not always been bad per se, but over the years it's gotten terrible.
What did you call it when
Chirac.
Yeah, I mean it's a scenario where you want to make a difference, you want to make a change, but then while you're out there trying to help all the kids or just whatever is going on, you find yourself in a place where now you're putting your life on the line for other people. How can you make an impact when you might not necessarily be ready to go just yet?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That is a hard one. But saying the thing is, you just have to stay and help. Stick with what the word says, because the word is true, and nothing's impossible.
Right.
What is this? What is the city of Chicago missing? Like, is it missing Big Mama with the belt standing on the corner? Where did we miss out?
The government stepped in and stopped Big Mama from whooping their children.
Yeah,
And,
that's true.
That's the big thing right there. We have to deal with the police, and we have to deal with you catch a case if you whoop a child. No.
Now the kids can call 911.
Yes.
As opposed to you actually disciplining them for something that they need to be disciplined for.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and when you see prisoners that get out, they do their time, they get out. What's their biggest adjustment? What are they having the most problems with?
They're having the most problems with trying to figure out where to go, what to do next, find a job. It's awfully hard, but that's not the end. We're here to tell them that we're going to show them how to write their resumes, how to find jobs, because you can get a suit and tie job. You do not have to work at McDonald's because you serve time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Very good point.
And we can help them get some suits too, because sometimes you show up in the courtroom, you had that big suit on with that neck, your
or
neck
it's like folded,
or be hanging down. Be like, oh yeah, he going to court.
I actually heard recently
You heard that,
that there is a couple organizations where you can actually go to, and you can either rent them or you can kind of like pay on them, because it's a space where you need something, and if you've never owned a suit before, I mean, the first place that you're not thinking, I mean, it would be the first place I would think would be to go to the thrift store.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it is hard for people to think of that, especially when you've never had to.
Right.
Well, shout out to William Hodges. He's gonna be hanging out with us today because the first annual gospel jazz concert is coming up. You guys gonna be doing this in Lasean?
Yes.
Out there on the east side, shout. That's that east side. If you're from Southwest Atlanta, boy, let me know when you bring that thing to Campbellton Road. On you, boy. Especially when you hit that 2020, stay packed over there. That and up in your area, up in Snellville, Lawrenceville area. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna take me a fine and jump in this hot lane to get up here. But then you think about that fine, you're like, nah, never mind. We ain't gonna do that.
You're gonna end up being like them people putting them fake bodies in the back trying to look like they got somebody else in the car.
No, it's crazy because now they got the little sticker thing where you gotta have the sticker.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter about the bodies in there. If you got that little sticker.
If you want to pay that like 20 cents or whatever.
Right.
You add that up, it's about 10,000 people paying 20 cents. You in the money.
Man, you judging whether or not you want to jump on that thing. Sometimes that thing get up like $4. You're like, nah, I think I would just take this L in the regular line.
La. We'll just wait.
Yeah, just wait.
I'm right up the street, folks.
Right. Hey, you just sent that text. I'm gonna be late. Hey, speaking of sending texts and stuff like that, Georgia passed a new law. The police can't get you now, so be careful if you're on your phones. I'm gonna tell you how to avoid the popos.
Exactly.
No, I'm just joking. Don't put your damn phone down. We'll be right back. It's Michael and Joe in the morning. MichaelandJoe.com. Wake up.
Let go.
That suit, that suit when I go in the jail. The arms be hanging down. Man, get your daddy suit. It's a double-breasted jump. The thing slip over like that. Your Honor, I dressed up just for the court. Okay.
We actually wish you wouldn't have.
Right. You should have just did the jeans and the white tee. That's all.
White tee, Jay.
You a horrible Joy. Stop talking about people all the time.
No, that's
Where
weird.
Where is Nikita? Please don't tell me she's trying to text. Oh, okay. She's not. Nikita know the call,
maybe
right?
She's not. Leah Lane. Good morning. So make sure I got this right. That event right.
You gonna,
We're gonna post your flyer.
okay.
June 23rd, 6 to 10.
Yes.
All right, perfect. At New Breed Ministries. Man, this is the first time the break done sounded so dead. What's up with y'all? What's up? We ain't got nothing to joke around about it. How long you in town for?
Till Wednesday.
Getting it all done before you head back. How's your son?
He's doing much better.
Okay.
He's actually in Atlanta with his dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
he came on the weekend.
Okay, good. Father's Day Sunday, y'all. I mean, I know y'all ain't really seeing nobody talk about it, but you know, I mean, just in case y'all want to go out and maybe get them a coffee mug or something.
A tie. I don't know how y'all do some socks.
What you looking
Stetson
like
cologne. Nobody wears Stetson no more except Tom Brady.
About to say just like old girl's other cologne.
White diamonds.
White,
My mama got tons of white diamonds. You want to lift your seat up a little? You want to lift? It's on the right over there. You lift it up.
I think you're being funny, but I'm gonna go.
You look like this.
But I'm looking like that. Hello, anybody there?
Cool
Just
Bill
making
over
sure
there
you-
like this, and Mike right here. Every time I move the mic up, Bill do like this, Joy.
Oh, you mean talk in it? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm a shy guy.
How you so you're a pastor of the church?
Minister.
Oh, minister. Shy guy, huh?
It's actually not a church.
Okay.
It's just a ministry.
It's just a ministry. Okay, gotcha. That's focused on
Right.
the rehabilitation. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Lego. Whoop, whoop. Shout out to Gilmore Girls. GilmoreGirlGreetings.com is the website.
Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com. We are back. Mr.
Whoop, whoop.
William Hodges is hanging out with us today. Spirit Connection Ministries. They have their first annual gospel jazz concert that is coming up. You can join them for an event to remember with some great artists, singers, a whole bunch of people. They're feeding you, entertainment, vendors, performances, all good stuff. William Hodges is in the building. Also, we're going to get a chance to talk to Miss Luciana Gilmore. She's in the building, too. I had one of those deja vu moments a second ago when I looked at my paper and I saw Luciana's name here, and I was like, she's been here before.
I know I've written this down.
Yeah, I was like, right, exactly. Well, copied and pasted, not written
Clearly.
anything. I can't type at all. It's funny, I asked someone to send me the little typing class thing. You know how you can do the test on the computer? And I asked somebody to do it to me, and I went to them, I was like, man, I got 27 words in. And they was like,
Backwards?
that's not good.
Did you?
No, hold on, here we go. I said, I got 27 words and 97% of it was correct. And they was like, nah. I was like, how many words you be doing? They was like 70. I was like,
Right, I'm about to say, is that number backwards? Are you dyslexic?
I bet you ain't get 97% of it correct, though. It's about
Actually.
98, yeah. But I missed them classes in school. That was my fault.
Well, the interesting thing was back. I remember when we took it, we actually had the typewriter.
Yeah.
So it's a lot different now. But I was sitting there typing the other day something, and somebody was like, "Man, you looking to be somebody's personal assistant?" I was like, "No, not at all."
I'm learning though.
Yeah.
Like I can do my email address
So
real good.
Are you like one of these?
Nah, I can kind of fake it.
So you using both hands?
Yeah, but I'm faking though. It's
Okay.
a fake using both hands.
Okay.
If you walk by me, like if you saw me in my office and you walk past me, you would think that I was typing for real. You'd be like, oh, he getting it in, but really,
Meanwhile,
yeah, I'm
working
steady
on that.
looking. Like,
You've been working on a paragraph for a minute now. You know what? I don't really want to send this email anyway. I would just call him on the phone.
just copy and paste that thing. So, but yeah, so Luciana is hanging out with us today. Gilmore girls. Hey, last night I had an opportunity to stop by Ministry. It was a Ministry.
With Chanel Nicole
Yeah,
Scott.
the lady with the 3 names. She did a good job last night. It was a nice crowd over there. Yeah, they did awesome. I was over here talking to some people last night and stopped by there, and yeah, she had an awesome little crowd over there.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I think that the more that we start to talk about relationships, and we have different perspectives from married couples, from singles, from people that have been divorced, I think that that's a conversation that we all want to understand as much as possible.
I saw Latavia again. Latavia from Destiny's
Is she
Child.
following?
I don't know. That's what I told her. I said, girl, I
You
said,
know she's single.
hey, I said, girl, if we bump into each other again, we officially go together.
What'd she say?
She started laughing.
She was just like, just don't take this selfie again.
Yeah, right, get out of here, little man. Who is you? As a matter of fact, she saw me. We saw each other at the Bow Tally jump. So now, like, I am literally probably 12 pounds lighter than I was back then. So when she saw me, she was like, dude, is you smoking? Is everything okay, Michael?
Well, what had happened was...
Nah, I'm on the Weight Watchers. Don't be trying to do that. Because I will pull up some of them old Destiny Child stories you was telling.
I was going to say, well, I will... I was going to say, and I will say it, actually. She has kept her weight really, really good. And she's had a baby recently.
Yeah, she's had a baby recently.
Sometimes that baby weight, boy, be holding on to you.
Holding on, boy. That's
like I'm trying to let go. It's holding on.
Man, how old is your baby? My baby's 7. And that's baby
I'm about to
weight?
say,
Okay.
no, my baby's 17.
Oh, you still blaming the baby, huh?
Still blaming the baby.
Hey, last night my daughter came into town from Jacksonville. Her and her husband came up with my little granddaughter. You saw the picture I posted on?
I did. She's so cute.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
Oh, look at you, a granddaddy.
Times, nigga got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not in
Yeah, she got a lot. She got a lot. Michelle is very fertile, as we can tell.
What in the world?
What? She is.
Hey, Luciana. Good morning. Come on, shout out to you, entrepreneur.
Everybody going to birthdays.
I'm about to say, but please, like, we got to transition out of her fertility.
We're going to talk neutrality and all that good stuff. I promise you we're going to talk about fertility.
Fertility.
Let's go.
What? Is that a word in the dictionary? I doubt it. Hello to everyone.
What
hey,
up,
Mer,
Chester?
how are you?
Wilmington, North Carolina, in the building. What up?
Hi, Miss Pearl.
Hey, Karen.
How are you?
Where's Emerson? Emerson what? Emerson, Georgia?
I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Birthdays and shout outs. Oh, she cute.
Yeah.
How old is her?
7 months.
She look like you. She look like you.
Michael enjoying the morning?
Look, Kobe.
Yeah. Well, it would start with telling me where you are, and then I can get you here. If you go to the main street, you'll see the One Up Experience, and then the Coca-Cola Roxy, and we're right in between it. What parking deck are you in? They don't have a color out there, Cassandra. You know it's I'm like, help me help you, baby girl. Okay. Y'all just want to pay the park, huh? I'm gonna have to start separating that email. The red and green lot is free, but it's all good. So just come out the parking deck and then make a right and then come all the way down and you should see the Coca-Cola Roxy and right beside it you should see the door for spaces. You got that email though, right? Because I just really be wondering whether or not my directions are right. Because you and William both parked in that orange light, and I ain't say nothing about no orange light. And look, we ain't reimbursing y'all parking, so y'all got what part? What y'all park in?
No, red.
Oh, okay.
Red.
I'm about to say, dang, hold up, let me read you. All right, Cassandra, we on air, baby girl. So call us when you get downstairs by the elevator, and I'm gonna send William down to come get you. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, all right. Bye, girl. She downstairs. Hey,
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Bill Hodges hanging out with us today. Also going to be talking to Miss Luciana Gilmore. She is in the building. Revive, revisit, reconnect with our daughters. We're going to be talking about her and her amazing organization. But when you hear that music right there, y'all know it's time for some birthdays. Got to say happy birthday to a couple of Facebook friends. Carl, can you open that door for me, partner? Let Miss Nikita Todd-Stanley in the building. If you celebrate a birthday today, happy birthday to you because you shared this birthday with some celebrities. First of all, happy birthday to Kodak Black. One of them rapper dudes.
I think he's locked up.
Oh, is he locked up? Well, we know he need to be at that jazz concert so we can help him
rehabilitate
back into society.
Back into society.
He's 21 years old today. Also, how do you say his name?
Shia LaBeouf?
Yes, he is 32 years old today.
The Transformers.
Yep. Also, happy birthday to Joe Montana, the San Francisco 49er quarterback. He's 62 years old today. Dr. Oz turns 58 years old today. Maya Moore is 29 years old today. Also, got to say happy birthday to Lil Zane. Maya Moore, she's a basketball player, WNBA basketball player. And then Lil Zane. Lil Zane is 39. Y'all remember Lil Zane, the little rap dude?
No, he's still little. He's not little in age.
He's 36 though, yeah.
I thought you just said 39.
I have my numbers. You know, a 6 upside down is a 9.
That's why you were so proud of your typing score. You went in there. You was like, I got a 72. I beat a 27.
27, right. Also, some WB birthdays. WB birthdays are basically would have been birthdays. Ryan Dunn, fans of Jackass, remember Ryan Dunn? Ryan Dunn would have been 41 years old today. He's 34 when he died. Yeah. It was a DUI accident, but Ryan Dunn, that was very odd. But Gene Wilder from one of my favorite movies, Stir Crazy, with Richard Pryor. Gene Wilder would have been 85 years old today. He passed away just 2 years ago.
Man, them memes still running around though, boy.
Right. And then one of my favorite quotes, and he also played Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka, yeah, I just thought about that. And then also Vince Lombardi, the Green Bay Packer coach. Vince Lombardi would have been 105 years old today. He passed away when he was 57 years old. And I love one of his quotes. I even talk about it in truisms. Reporter asked him, you know, you got all these multi-talented players on your team, but you run such a simple set of plays. And his answer to the reporter was, it's hard to be aggressive when you're confused. Keep it simple. I learned that from Vince Lombardi. Also, some belated birthdays over the weekend. Yesterday celebrated birthday. The WBs. Kate Upton celebrated her birthday yesterday. She's 26. Judy Garland. She wasn't partying yesterday because she's no longer with us. But Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Sasha Obama turned 17 years old yesterday. Wow. Who else? Faith Evans had a birthday. Elizabeth Hurley, Jeff Teague, and Tara Lipinski had a birthday. And happy birthday to Prince Philip. That's Queen Elizabeth's husband. Now, me and Tasha had like a conversation. It went on for like 9 minutes about how this whole queen and king thing works. So I'm thinking, Prince Philip is like the Stedman of England, right? Because he can't become the king. Like, there's no way. So he just kicked it with Queen Elizabeth.
+1.
Yeah, and I'm a prince. +1. And he's 97 years old. So check this out.
I'm still waiting for the quote. Like, I really want to hear that quote.
I've already said it.
You did?
You weren't paying attention.
You said it twice? Oh, you're talking about the Vince Lombardi quote?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was the Gene Wilder quote. My bad.
No,
all right.
It's all good. Okay. But, so, Queen Elizabeth, her dad was the king.
Okay.
So, she only had two daughters. He only had 2 daughters. So her sister passed away. So when he died, it made her the queen. She was only 26 when she took over. All of that, the queendom, yes. So technically, her husband, you don't get to become king. No, you're just a little prince.
Yeah.
Now she had Prince Charles, who was married to Di, and they had Harry and what's the other son name?
I don't know, but
William. Yeah, so William and Harry. William ain't got no sons. He got. I mean, I take that back.
Yeah, he does. He has
But-
one.
Huh?
Harry does.
Harry doesn't have any
children.
right. He doesn't have right.
Yeah.
So now, little Harry, I'm confused now.
I was gonna
No,
say
William's first. So
William's
yeah, and
first.
William has
and
a
then,
son.
and then so he had children.
Right, there
so
you go.
now they're in his lineage, and so they have first right to the.
Yeah.
So when
not
Mama
Harry.
died, it goes to when Charles.
daddy.
Yeah, it goes to the daddy, and then when he's gone, blah blah blah. But
So
Harry can never take
I
over.
was like, so Harry's straight
Yeah, Harry ain't gonna be king
Right.
because William. Remember we said
because
that
William had a son.
had a son. Yeah, and you had to kill everybody over there in order for that to
Or he
happen.
had children just in general.
Yeah, so I was like,
Right,
man,
right.
ain't no voting over there.
I was gonna say yeah, which is why Harry's like, thank you.
I'm good,
I
exactly.
was like, look, and why his wife is like, thank you very much.
And shout
Ain't
out
no, ain't no pressure for them to have a bunch of kids.
exactly.
Like, his
And
first
shout out to
husband.
Queen Elizabeth. She was only 26 when she took over the whole
She been holding
kingdom.
she been holding it down.
Holding it down. Like, everybody waiting for her to go. Queen Elizabeth like, nah,
Nah, we holding on
this
tight.
Green Mile type status over here. I ain't never leaving.
She was like, just as long as you keep putting your organs on your ID, I'm gonna be straight. Happy birthday to Lasean Howard and Trevvour Garner. If you celebrate your birthday, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Why Queen Elizabeth be looking so damn mean though? Like, why is she always mean?
That's that face.
Hey,
Look, you hold down a queendom for 50 years, you probably ain't gonna be out here skipping and jumping too like G. Wilder.
She be telling Prince Philip, I'm tired. No, not today.
She was like, "What? Don't you want to sit here for me?" He was like, "Nah, we good.
No, I'm good.
Just trying to be that
call
plus
your grandson. Just call your grandson. I'm straight. So, but yeah, she was only 26 when she took over. Like, and that's a
You
like,
really excited about
yes.
that?
Like, I want to move
We
to
don't
England.
move on
I'm trying to get into this lineage. I'm trying to get in that kingdom, Charlotte.
Yeah, you a
one of y'all
little,
in there.
you a little,
You sit down. Let one of y'all in there.
you a little late.
Alright. So, anyway,
But I say somebody go get Cassandra, poor baby.
Oh, she
she
downstairs?
she hanging out at the elevator.
we'll go get Cassandra, bro. You good? We'll let you get back in.
This Michael and Joy in the morning.
Luciana's in the building. Nikita gonna take your seat, by the way, too. Bill. You snooze, you lose. Luciana is in the building. We're actually gonna flip y'all out. Hold on this second, Miss Nikita Todd-Stanley. No, you straight on going nowhere? How you today?
I'm good.
Good. Welcome to the
Good
show.
morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So, did you learn something about the queendom?
I did.
Thank you
That
very
was
much.
so
That's all
much
we wanted to
good.
hear.
We were sitting here trying to follow you like, what in the world? Can you just draw a tree?
And I had it last night. Like, I really had it in place. I guess I should have typed it out.
Yeah, about that.
Probably would have
I was
still been
going to
typing.
still been typing.
Y'all got no
You can't copy and paste
Right.
it. Yeah. It's going to be a hot mess.
Luciana Gilmore is in the building. Welcome to the show, first of all.
Thank you.
So was I right? Like, you were supposed to be here before, right?
I was supposed to be here earlier in the year. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're here.
No.
There you go. That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about. Well, shout out to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Ms. Gilmore.
So I am a recently resigned high school principal.
Oh, nice.
So I just started my own business, and well, it actually started a year before I resigned. So it's called Gilmore Girls Greetings, and my business is all about inspiring and healing young girls, and then bringing their mother to the conversation.
Oh,
so
good.
it's to strengthen that relationship and really come from a lens of helping mothers build themselves up and then helping them to build their daughters up.
Got
I was
you.
going to say, where do you think the main disconnect is between mothers and daughters? Is it a certain age where they're just like, I got it, Ma, I don't need your help?
So I think that just going through that period of them transitioning from being that little girl from 11 and 12 to now they're going into that middle school age where hormones is kind of surging in their bodies, and I think that at that age just want to have some independence, and then moms don't know how to or are not ready to give that independence away to them. But I think the disconnect comes from we have a lot of moms that still need some healing, and so we're having children, and it's a lot of things that we haven't resolved in our own personal lives that we carry on into our motherhood, and it's not a flaw. It's just what the nature has been, and so.
Yeah. When my wife and I we first met, obviously she had a little girl. Michelle was 2, the one I was just talking about with all my grandbabies. She was 2 years old when we met, and there was really a transition from being that cute 2-year-old until she hit that 10, 11, 12-year-old mark, and I really saw how that played a role in our lives as it pertains to mother and daughter.
Absolutely.
What is it about that age?
You know what, I just think that it's a battle of independence, and so, the daughter's trying to gain her independence, the mom is still trying to make sure that she's rearing her the right way, and, we bring all the things that we may have encountered at that age as teenagers, all the bad things that we did, and, we think about that, and that's in our mindset, so naturally we want to protect them, and so that protection can sometimes be a little bit overprotective, or it can go one or two ways: very overprotective, or not enough protection.
Or not enough. I was watching a show the other day, and the daughter has had a daughter. So the granddaughter was with the grandmother, and they were talking about loving and hugging, and she was like, "Yeah, you never hugged me," and the mom was just taken aback. Because she was just like, I never did that. Yeah. And so, I mean, it was interesting for me because, when you sit there and you think of where we are now, she's having a daughter. And she actually sat there and said, because you didn't love me enough and hug me enough, now I'm overly doing that. Do you see that as typically the pattern of how that works?
It's that intentionality. And I think that sometimes it can be a very good thing. And so when you know that there's, again, it can go very wrong, and I actually seen that episode, and I can just be transparent with my own mother and daughter relationship. My mother was not a very affectionate person. I in turn was not a very affectionate person, and then the other dynamic that was brought into my mothering is that I was violated, and so I never wanted to overstep those boundaries with my own children, and so it made me, not be as touchy-feely with them, just because I never wanted them to feel like it was a space that I had crossed.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, we're hanging out with Luciana Gilmore. We're going to talk more about your foundation, Gilmore Girls Greetings. And I have to say, it's not your typical principal in here, guys.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Right, exactly. Hey, Miss Gilmore. Michael, be quiet, or I'm going to send you to the principal's office. Okay? Really? Are you going to send me? Oh, yeah. So, you used to get that all the time, I bet, right?
I did. Especially, I was a K-8 principal for a year and a half. And it pulled me out to go fix a high school. So I was there for 4 years.
Oh, wow. So you was doing your thing.
I'm still talking, teachers. Send me to go to the principal's office, please. Hey, we come back.
Nowadays, you got to do something more than just talking all the time. You got to stand on the desk.
Right, exactly. Hey, when we come back, we got more. We're going to talk about the Gilmore Girls. And we're going to find out, y'all, I want y'all to be honest. Does George Alexander get a pass? I'm going to ask you why. We're going to take a poll and see if he gets a pass. It's Michael and Joy in the morning at michaelandjoy.com. Wake up.
There you go. You made it.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wow.
Joy. You sure? Yeah. I see you looking.
Hey, money making moms.
Ow.
Raise it up.
What's popping in real estate today?
Topic is renting to own.
Oh, okay. Fan?
Huh?
You a fan?
Not necessarily a fan, however, there are some good programs out there that
Okay.
kind of popped up on the scene.
What up, Polo? Hey, money making moms. Hey, Chef on Tap. A Chef on Tap is a chef. They will pay a chef to come into your house and cook for you. Yeah, I was like, shout out to the faking, baby.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com is the website. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Nikita Todd-Stanley and the Team Tire Realty Group, dedicated to helping people realize the dream of home ownership. For more information, you can hit her up on her website, teamtirerealtygroup.com. She is in the building today with us, hanging out.
Yes, sir.
Also, Miss Luciana Gilmore is in the building. We're going to be talking Gilmore Girls Greetings. And Mr. William Hodges is still hanging out with us, too. We're going to talk about his event that's coming up, Spirit Connection Ministries, and their first annual gospel jazz concert. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch of other stuff. But for right now, today is the 11th of June, 2018.
And on this day in 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested in Florida for trying to integrate restaurants.
Well, go figure.
Right. And now look at us.
Should send him to a Waffle House. I'm just joking. Shout out to Waffle House. Just in case. Grimsy hit me back. Are we still boycotting Waffle House in Houston?
I don't know. Houston's has been done.
Oh, okay. Nikita Todd-Stanley said, Nikita, the crab cake salad is gone. I don't know if you know that or not.
Houston's.
I've never had the crab cake salad at Houston.
Who?
Oh, you're talking about? Oh, yeah. No, it's not.
So you just lied. You just
No,
lied
it's
on
not. The way that you said it didn't resonate.
Oh, okay.
What you were talking
Oh,
about. I'm
that's
thinking
a
about
good
the
word.
fake crab, but the
meat.
when you get it at the barbecue. That's what I was thinking of.
Who barbecue is that? Let me know so I can not go to that one.
I'm thinking of the fake.
The artificial, the imitation
That's
crab
where my
meat.
mind went. Yeah, sorry.
We talking about blue crabs.
So we talk about Dr. King, integrator. He was arrested. Well, George Alexander, he's from Fort Myers. He was actually arrested also. He was arrested for allegedly harassing a flight attendant on Thursday, saying that she was too fat and calling her a racial slur. He was banned from the airport for at least a year, unless it's official business. So I got to thinking, with George Alexander, he's 82 years old. Do we get a pass? Like he's
because he forgot to
because
take
he's
his
82.
medicine.
Yeah,
something
he's
like
82.
that.
We just
What
give him a
are
pass.
we giving a pass on, the racial slur or the fact that he called her fat?
Both.
No.
I mean, what he gonna do? What you gonna say to the old man?
I mean, tell him what's right.
For real?
Tell him what's right. Which part?
That's it.
Okay.
You know I'm not fat, but you old.
You know you about to die, old man, right? So I'm gonna let you have this. You ain't got but about
Matter
a
of
good...
fact, you ain't got no airbag, no.
Hold on, an airbag in the plane? They got an
you
airbag
got
in
a
the
little
plane?
airbag, the little bag
The
that
thing
falls.
Oh, the little thing that falls. Oh, that
free
airbag. Oh, yeah. You definitely ain't gonna help him with his bag. Be like, oh, look at you, old man. Y'all so Nikita Todd-Stanley.
Hold on, you did the whole breathing.
That's how I'm looking at him while he's sitting over there struggling.
Why you breathing?
Right.
So shady. Lord have mercy.
He
Let's
over
talk
there
about
trying
real
to do
estate, Nikita.
He over there trying to do this.
Trying to put his glasses back.
You're gonna die, partner.
That was so silly.
Nikita,
Nikita
moving around these
Todd-Stanley.
Mondays. Talk
She is
about real
our-
estate, baby girl.
She is our expert contributor. We talk real estate every Monday.
Oh, my
Nikita,
goodness.
you've been in this business for how long now?
Going on, 13 years.
13 years
Wow.
on the real estate side.
Definitely
Because
seen
prior
this
to that, you were doing the mortgage side
Absolutely,
of things.
yes.
With that home bank mortgage, shout it. home bank shut down. Gave everybody a $25 gift card to Kroger.
I wasn't there. I exited stage left before.
Oh, so you
the
get your
shit went down.
$25?
Nah.
She was like, you know what? I got my own $25.
Shit was
But
going
I know
down,
I was
wasn't
gonna
it,
say,
boy?
I mean, to be in real estate for as long as you've been in it, I know you've seen a lot of different changes with the way it all works.
Mm-hmm. Of course, when I entered into the business, it was one of those things when interest only came on the scene. And so everybody was getting a house. It was like, Oprah, you get a house, you get a house, you get a house. So if you could breathe and you could have a decent credit score, you could get a house.
Oh yeah, you was in like Flynn.
Yeah.
And don't put your
The glory days.
What we used to say back in the day. Don't put how much money you make on there because it's not just gonna send you stay
Garbage
there.
worker, $100,000.
$100,000. Put that on there. Here, use this application. Don't get out with us.
Just sign it.
Yeah, just sign it. The one thing about the market that I definitely noticed is that they're not trending that way now. Like I think are lenders being a lot more careful as it pertains to giving everybody money?
Well, when the market started to recover, then of course lenders were very strict. They actually are starting to get more lenient. I guess you could, what do you call it? The bank statement loan has now resurfaced.
Okay.
For those people who are self-employed that, get certain amount of dollars every month, they can track it in their bank account. and
All right,
show
hold on, what's
that they have that they have a certain amount of money coming in versus analyzing tax returns. So there are some leniencies coming back to where people are more liberal now with lending. So it is slowly trickling back, which a lot of people are not necessarily happy about.
Now, one conversation that people, I don't know if it's as popular as it was back in the day, rent to own or lease to own as it pertains to a home. Are people still doing that?
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily a big fan of renting to own because, of course, I've heard so many horror stories when it's just, the average Joe Blow renting to, said new buyer. Because the contracts, typically kind of flake out at the end.
Okay.
However, there are some new programs on the market, Trio being one of them that I'll mention today, that people or that particular hedge fund company will come out and purchase a house that meets their qualifications, and then they'll allow the person to move in. They buy the house cash, the person moves in, and then they actually have a real lease purchase option, full contract that's very explicit in their description.
Would they be able to enjoy the benefits of being a home owner as it pertains to taxes? Because I think one of the second houses that Tasha and I purchased, we kind of did it that way, but the person who sold the house to us, he allowed us to receive some of the benefits as it pertained to taxes.
That's interesting. Just because, of course, the IRS, has certain tax codes, and so if your name is not on certain documentation, then I'm not gonna say you can't. I would just say that you need to talk to your accountant.
Gotcha.
Because of course that's not my expertise, but I would just say that sounds very complicated.
Yeah, and he's an attorney, so he knew how to structure it together, and it actually worked out. It was a home that we had up in Woodstock back in the day, and it became a great investment for us. We did pretty good on the return, but Mr. Fields back then, when we were doing it, he knew how to put them words together, shout it, and everything worked out for the best.
Copying and pasting things together.
But I would just say on a traditional basis, I would say
probably
no.
not. Yes,
but with your example, I would definitely speak with my accountant to find out if that's.
Do you find that it's better to do the rent to own with an actual company, that way you have an actual lease, as opposed to just me trying to sell a property to the next person?
Absolutely, just because of course there's a lot of money that goes into the front end of moving into a lease purchase. Oftentimes the seller or the current person that currently owns the home requires that you put down a full down payment.
Right.
Maybe that be 3%, that may be 5%, and over the course of your time that you're renting there, that person can either hop ship and decide, oh, I'm not gonna pay this mortgage anymore, and I no longer want to be responsible for this house, and then you're left with the bag saying, okay, now my landlord is now foreclosing on the house, and you have no repercussions of your money.
Oh,
right.
Gosh.
Versus Trio being a public company. The program that I'm speaking about. There are others, but they tend to be more successful in our marketplace. But they actually have a backing, a full, company.
And one of the things I used to notice with lease purchases all the time was that a tenant or a homeowner, potential homeowner, can get in that house, and you think 2 or 3 years later, now all of a sudden it's time to come to that, say, okay, we're going to make this your house. Now you're in there and you really don't like the house anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've been there for 30 years.
And that's why I like this company, because of course they give you an out. So of course, people are going in, they're, excited about the house. It's technically pretty much your own. Of course, you still have to have some approval for improvements. So if you wanted to paint, you wanted to add a fence, those are things that you would need to go through the company to get approval for. But you do have an out if, at the end of the day, in 3 years, some things change, you don't want to purchase anymore, you do have an out with no penalty.
Which is cool, because they already bought the house, so they
pretty much. They bought it at the best market rate. Exactly.
And as a matter of fact, first time ever, Latasha D. McFadden has chimed in on Facebook Live. Daddy, Mr. Fields acted more like a for sale by owner, and he put our name on the title. That's why we were able to
Got it. Okay.
deal
So that makes sense.
I'm about to say, over here making up some stuff, talking about something. He didn't
Thank
put
you,
some
Tasha,
put some words together. That sounded so shady.
Hey, he
Thank
did
you,
though,
Tasha.
so thank you for the clarity.
Yeah, he actually put your name on that thing. That's a bit different, Michael.
Nikita Todd-Stanley hanging out with us today like she does every Monday.
Whoop, whoop.
Today is Monday. Team Time Realty Group. I'm just so lost.
Lord.
I saw my chapstick over there. Is that mine?
No, that's mine.
Oh, okay.
And it's not chapstick. It's by Elam B. King.
TeamTideRealtyGroup.com, moving properties Monday. You can visit the website, TeamTideRealtyGroup.com, or they can call you, right?
Yes, they can give me a call at 404-379-6239.
Hey, hanging up or hooking up is a new age question for all of the lovers out there. It's about the turn-ons and when it's time to get to the nitty-gritty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be trying to get a little nasty and stuff. But did you know, according to Sure Call Cellular, 1 in 10 people admit to reaching for their cell phones during sex. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we good. Ain't nobody in here reaching for their cell phone. But who the hell reaching for their cell phone during?
Somebody chimed in early and said they looking for their flashlight. This Michael and Joy in the morning.
Or that lady you wear, her name is Sparkle.
I don't know nothing about Sparkle.
Joy. Wake up!
Oh, no, about Sparkle. What you working with? Just checking it out.
Kobe Reynolds said GSU in the house.
Hey.
Somebody know you from GSU? That's my man, Kobe.
Hey, Kobe.
Kobe, hold on. You might be talking about Georgia State.
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
He knew the right one.
Find you a good song like Jeff that did find a good song. I got you, baby boy. Hey, Sandra.
What's she
Who
talking
is reaching for their phone?
I don't know.
Wow. 1 in 10
Somebody
people
that's
though.
bored.
I told you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Somebody in here reach for that phone now. Who is it?
I was like, where's number 10 at? They over here doing Kim Kardashian.
Alright. The real GSU Kobe. So it's the real GSU. You knew that. You know Kobe Reynolds?
No, I don't. Maybe I need to see his picture.
I was like, yeah, we all need to see it because it's clearly not his Facebook photo.
Oh, you see it? You see
His
it over there?
Facebook photo is a blue circle.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Like, what we
Talk
supposed
about
to do with
Gilmore.
that?
Gilmore Girls. And we get to the top of the hour, we'll bring you back up, Bill. Okay. Are you talking to? Okay. You're Cassandra.
But that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ain't no photo. He over here trying to be MIA for real.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com. Now, the death of celebrity chef Anthony Bourdain on Friday and fashion designer Kate Spade earlier in the week spotlights the importance of recognizing potential warning signs when someone intends to end their life. Now, the attention is needed, especially now when high-profile people die of suicide. The celebrity side effect can lead to a rise in copycat deaths. Now, in 4 months after Robin Williams took his life back in 2014, there was a 10% increase, almost 2,000 additional suicides recorded. Now, check this out. There's already a rise in suicide rates in the U.S., increasing more than 25% since 1999. Now, suicide was the 10th leading cause of death in 2015. Now, if you guys need help out there or know of anyone that needs help, you can call 1-800-273-8255 to reach the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It provides free and confidential support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once again, the number is 1-800-273-8255. Or if you need the information, you can go to the Michael and Joy social media Facebook page. We got all the information on the page to help someone learn more about the services. You can check out their website, but just go to michaelandjoy.com if you know someone that needs some help, or if you need help yourself. And if you speak Spanish, guess what? We got a Spanish number for you. 1-888-5-2-8-9-4.
Just go to Michael.
Oh, we're doing it the regular way? 1-888-628-9454. Or like we said, just go to michaelandjoy.com. When we come back, we're going to talk. Luciana is in the building. Nikita Todd-Stanley is in the building. And, of course, my man William Hodges is in the building. We got more. It's Michael and Joy in the morning at Power 108.9. Shout it. Wake up.
What was that version again?
The uno, cinco, dos, quattro.
Dose. Boy.
Hey, I tried to in Spanish. I tried to say 1 minute in Spanish to one of my Hispanic brothers, and I said uno momento. He was like, no, I thought that was 1 minute. That's how it looked if you write it down. I was like, nah, that's not it. It's
Momento.
Un momento. Yeah, I said uno. You like in the car game?
Like the number.
Uno momento. He was like, nah, I speak English pretty well.
Bless your heart. Like a grab off. Just want to just pat you on the
Pat
back.
you on
Bless
the
your
back.
heart.
Oh, sugar, bless your
Bless
heart.
your
Nikita, can you switch out with
Uno
me real quick?
momento.
You see Luciana jacked your chair today.
No, I don't.
Uno momento. Hey, Kobe.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an amazing show for you today. As a matter of fact, today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd-Stanley. Team Todd Realty Group is in the building with us today, hanging out. Also, Luciana is in the building. My man, Mr. William Hodges is in the building. And if you did not know, today is the 11th of June, 2016.
And it is National Corn on the Cob Day. June 11th of each year is a day to celebrate today. Fresh corn on the cob is a summertime treat that people from all corners of the United States look forward to as we start the picnic season. Corn on the cob is also known in different regions as pole corn, corn stick, sweet pole,
Nice.
butter pop, or long maize.
Nice.
It's a sweet corn that's picked when the kernels are still tender when it's in its milk stage. Boiling, steaming, roasting, or grilling are the most common ways of preparing corn on the cob. If it's grilled or even roasted, corn is usually left in its husk during the cooking process. Brenton and my mama, Amelia Pearson, shout out to you, Amelia, because I know you watching, will tear up corn.
Oh,
like
corn on the cob.
like
that thing.
no mercy.
And even I love it on the grill too. Like when you put that little char on that thing, it's
just a
pretty
little
good.
bit.
I got some today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, matter of fact, they don't need any of that.
0 points.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 0 points.
And zero nutritional value. Thank you very much.
That's awesome. Hey, the way the internet is regulated in the U.S. is about to change. The controversial repeal of Obama-era net neutrality protections is officially set to effect on Monday, which is today, despite ongoing efforts for members of Congress, state officials, and tech companies and advocacy groups to save the rules. Now, the Republican-led FCC voted along party lines in December to repeal the rules, which were intended to prevent internet providers from blocking, speeding up, or slowing down access to specific online services. So basically what they're saying is that they have given the control to the providers to say whether or not they want to speed up or slow down their websites according to traffic, and you can't do nothing about it. So trying to upgrade your services for higher speeds, they're not allowing them to do it. Just another thing Obama had set up for us. So now for all my Pornhub fans, if y'all can't load them videos in time, you better save it.
I'm about to say, and while you're at it, if your Bluetooth is hooked up in the car, make sure you disconnect that thing before the family get in.
Clear your history. Clear that browser history. But the one thing you don't want to do is to show somebody on your phone and you was watching Becky and them last night. So you wonder why your phone's slowing down. I'm sorry. Hey,
Whoop whoop.
Eddie's in the building today. Hey, Luciana's in the building. Luciana, you have an awesome event that's coming up. But let's talk about your foundation first. Let's talk about Gilmore Girls Greetings. Tell us about that.
So Gilmore Girls Greetings, it initially started out as just empowerment of young girls. I wrote a book entitled Daughter, Have I Told You Lately? And I also started a greeting card series lines that's wrote from the voice of a mother, and really focusing on those issues that we deal with day to day as a mother. You know, when your daughter leaves out and she has that attitude in the morning and you both leave behind, you're upset. And so I really just get into some of like the basic things that communication may become a barrier for you to be able to talk that day because you're mad, she's mad. But sometimes having just that written communication can close the gap and mending some of the things that may have taken place.
It makes it easier because sometimes you can't always verbalize what you want to say or when you write it down, you can actually read it and make sure that you're hitting all of the points.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And shout out to Nikita Todd-Stanley. She is the mother of 2 beautiful girls, my goddaughters to be more specific. And I want her to chime in when she comes back about just building that relationship. I mean, you mentioned that you were a principal.
Yes.
Real principal.
Yes.
I'm just waiting to get called to the principal's office. But for you, when you look at kids, not now. You good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. When you go back to your principal days and speaking with the girls, and they're like, what are they missing from the household? Because sometimes we send our kids to school so y'all can take care of them, but we're not doing great jobs at home.
And so I won't say not doing great jobs at home. What I will say is that because society has changed so much, it's so much left to the internet, social media, the reality TV shows, that a lot of our kids are now living up to those expectations, as opposed to, when I was growing up, like I didn't have an expectation of wanting to be like a housewife. Like my expectation was I wanted to be a lawyer, a doctor, those type of things. And I think that society has changed so much that we put so much pressure on our girls to be perfect girls with, your body has to look like this, you have to look like this, you have to dress a certain way, and that has just changed the dynamics, and it's becoming so bad that girls are almost doing anything to be able to keep up with an image that they see projected in society, and it's a false image that they just are not aware of. And then the part that doesn't happen at home is that there is no communication taking place to say that is a false image.
Right.
And so that, because sometimes mom is trying to live up to that
Yeah,
image.
right.
So that was too far from the tree.
Right. You have 2 women, young girls, competing for this position, and it becomes a battle.
And it goes back to Michael mentioning earlier, there's no big mama. It's like grandma is now like, no, I can't watch the babies on Friday because I'm going to the club too.
Absolutely.
And so that dynamic is missed. And of course, obviously, just like you had mentioned, that communication.
And so I think, some of the strictness, and this is just me being 41 now, in hindsight, looking back, I can remember being younger, and my mother was the strictest person ever. Like, I didn't like her. I felt like she didn't like me. But when I look back and I see my friends, and we grew up in the same position, like same neighborhood, not, being poor, and I look back and I see where they are and where I am. We're in totally separate, ends of our lives. It looks
because of
different, but I know that my mother stayed on top of me. She didn't let my neighborhood or my surroundings really dictate who I would become. Like, she pushed in me, like, education is first. Period. There is no other answers. You can't do what your friends are doing. She was the no mother.
Yeah. Now you got the mama and the daughter both trying to get in compound for free.
Absolutely.
On Friday night.
Mama, can we use your handicap?
It's a part.
Cut line, Shawna.
So you got to pay for that valet jump. And what the Alice part is, Alice was going to tax you for that parking.
What?
Hey, talk about the foundation, though. Let's talk about
Gilmore
Girls
Greetings.
Greetings, as well as your Revive, Revisit, and Reconnect with Our Daughters conference that's coming up.
And so the foundation is just getting started, and so that leg of the work is really making sure that, we have all these groups that pop up now about empowerment, empower the woman, empower the girl. We can't empower if we don't talk about healing some of the things first. So we're empowering some girls, but they're still hurt, and so we have to heal them first, and then inspire them, and then we do the empowerment part. But we have to fix some things, and we can't jump over some steps to get to the end part.
There you go.
And then the foundation also does another leg of the work. My father was incarcerated my entire childhood, and so part of my work is wanting to make sure that my greeting cards are a part of that system where they get into the hands of mothers that are incarcerated, so that they are able to communicate with their daughters, because they still matter even though they're incarcerated.
Amen.
And
This
William,
is a
that's
perfect time.
Absolutely.
Because with you now, we talk about dads that were incarcerated. We talk about how to adapt in society as it pertains to, getting jobs or technology and stuff like that. You got to reconnect with your family too,
Yes.
right?
Yes, you definitely have to. It's a hard road to come back, and the prisoners need love, and their families, are all they have when they do come out. And if they're not there for them, who's going to be there for
Right,
them?
exactly.
So it's definitely a process for reconnection.
And with that reconnect, I was gonna say, because when somebody's arrested and they're sentenced to a life sentence or 15 or 20 years, that first 2 months or so, yeah, you're gonna get the visits, but 6 months after that, the visits stop, the letters don't come as frequent anymore.
everything stops. You know what I'm saying? It's like you'll be on your own. You know, again, you know, people don't they don't help.
Right.
You know, you're like forgotten.
When you're coming back into society, do you actually have conversations as well too with the family members on how they can be more accepting of the person coming out?
I mean, that's part of the supportive services, to talk to the families and tell them what is needed.
Necessary.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could see that could definitely be something that they would need to understand as well too, because obviously they've been gone for so long. They're trying, they've had to move on with their life. Like, how do you now all of a sudden just bring someone that's been gone for so long back into my life as well too?
William Hodges is hanging out with us, Spirit Connection Ministries. What's your roles over there at Spirit Connection Ministries?
My role is I am the
All of it. That sounds like all of it.
no, I'm the head.
There you go.
You know, I have a great team behind me, and we just go out there and we try to do what we can for society to get them back.
There you go.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about. Spirit Connection Ministries presents the first annual gospel jazz concert. What's the date on the concert? We got the date yet?
23rd.
The 23rd. You said of this month?
Yes.
Nice. The 23rd is going down New Breed Ministries Church right there at 1994 Stevenson Road, Latonia, Georgia, on the east side, 30058. Or for more information, all you got to do is visit the website michaelandjoy.com. When we come back, William is still in the building. Luciana is in the building, and Nikita Todd-Stanley. We're gonna talk more. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. michaelandjoy.com. Wake up, let go.
Let go.
Good job, what we do. Good job,
We
bro.
put the link for the
Good
event
job.
on the website.
What up, little Ed?
So the
Good morning,
the link
everybody.
for the
What's up,
event
man?
for June
Appreciate you.
23rd is also on
All
the
thanks
YouTube
to,
page on the website.
Historian
Historian Threads.
Whoop whoop.
Ooh, ooh.
Shout out to them. They rocked it yesterday.
The only hat that I've ever gotten to actually fit my big head.
I was gonna say, you know what?
Yeah, you is on that last.
Real talk.
He is on that last little dot.
Yeah. The last two. Yeah.
So you really stopped wanting to buy the fitted caps. You were like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
You said I need a 13.
I
No.
was gonna say you go past
What's
7
up?
3/4. You're like,
I'm good. Good morning.
Didn't nobody really want a hat? No way.
Michael and Joy in the morning. michaelandjoy.com. We back. Today's show is being brought to you by Nikita Todd-Stanley and the Team Todd Realty Group. TeamToddRealtyGroup.com is her website. You can check her out. We talked about suicide. We talked about the death of Kate Spade, the death of Anthony Bourdain on Friday. So, y'all, conspiracy theories, y'all always say it happened in 3. Well, I got your third right here. Actress Eunice Gayson. She was the first Bond girl ever in a James Bond movie. Now, she died over the weekend. She was 90 years old. They released they had a press release that said, "We're so sad to learn that Eunice Gayson, our very first Bond girl who played Sylvia Trench in Dr. No and From Russia with Love, has passed away." According to some of the producers of the show, our sincere thoughts are with her family. So does that count as number 3? Why? She's a
No,
celebrity.
because it's a suicide.
But I thought we said death happens in 3. There's 3
Yeah.
deaths.
Yeah, well, there was a third death before her.
Oh, I'm just saying somebody that we know. I'm a James
I'm
Bond
about to
fan.
say, boy, you don't know that girl. You all stop like
You laughing?
I'm
You-
sorry. I didn't know what you were.
I'm about to say, don't nobody in here.
So y'all never
She-
seen Dr. No? Y'all never seen Dr. No?
Yeah,
No,
we
we
Russian
have.
Connery.
Yeah, thank you. See?
Don't
Yeah,
nobody.
We don't
do it.
necessarily know
All
who
day.
she is. We
Right,
know Sean
right.
Connery.
She's
and
the Bond girl.
Right.
Everybody gonna go try to Google her. Why?
Numbers all
And if
over
y'all
the
missed my
place.
explanation of the queendom, I'll be
Please
doing
go
that.
back and watch.
I'll
Please
do
go
that
back
at
and watch
9:08
the
today.
replay. Maybe this time he'll get it right.
Because Harry and Charles, if they don't have
And
kids,
what was the other
it's a-
boy name? Nikita in the background.
Right, where she knows it. She knows the queendom and how that thing's set up. But she was only, I do know she was only 26 when she took over that whole
Clearly.
thing. And ain't nobody over
And
there
how old
voting.
is she now?
Queen Elizabeth, like 98 or something.
Right.
They
She's
do
been
vote
on
over
it
there.
now for 50
They-
years.
She's not in, I guess, the government. But she doesn't necessarily have quote unquote power.
She's the figurehead.
Right, she's the
Yeah.
figurehead of it.
Oh, so she ain't got no power?
No.
She does,
She does.
but not really. Not in the sense of we're the voting citizens.
She got that real estate though.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
does.
she got that real estate is power.
Yeah.
Yes, it
She's
is.
got a lot of equity.
She got a lot of surnames. There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, she got a lot of that. So shout out to so my whole
Shout out to the mommies in the building.
And look, Cassandra was over there like this, zero. Like she was like she has zero power, zero. So, and we talk about having zero power. We're talking lease to own. Do you lose any power in a lease to own situation?
And I guess going back to having the ability to write off or have the tax benefits while you're renting.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's zero power.
Okay.
However, the reason why I bring up the companies that I bring up today is just because you do have more power as a a rent to own person, so to speak. Because of course it was only few and far between that there were people who were allowing you to lease to own their home.
Right.
So it would be like 50 houses, okay, that one is willing to lease to own. Where in this particular process, you can pick out any house on the MLS that meets the qualifications of Trio, and Trio will then go in and purchase the house for cash, and you can then start that process.
Awesome.
So you can have the same options that other people have when it comes to trying to buy a house.
Now, as a real estate,
Trio.
yes, as a real estate professional though, do you still I'm not gonna say reap the benefits?
Absolutely.
But, okay.
And
That's what we're talking about.
So therefore, we have a finite time of we treat them just like a regular buyer. We have a 30 to 45 day close, and typically Trio can actually close in 2 weeks, just because they have that much power as far as cash is concerned. And so of course we can go in as long as the house inspects, the inspection goes fine. We get the repairs done, and we're at the closing table in 2 weeks, and so that person is actually turning over a lot faster than a regular buyer.
There you go,
Might
Nikita,
not
Todd-Stanley.
necessarily be a bad add-on, while you're selling homes as well too, to be able to do a purchase like that.
Who is the customer for a lease to own? Who is that face?
So in that particular scenario, Trio is technically the customer. However, the person that's going to be the tenant, they are to the customer, because of course you have to appeal to what they're looking for. You need to send them what they're looking for, and they select the house, because of course ultimately this will be their house. So you're servicing them, and you're servicing the other party, which they really only just have the money hand.
Gotcha.
And then this is your customer that you're out driving around, and
So would this possibly be someone that that is looking for something more long term than an apartment, but can't necessarily afford, or credit score can't afford to actually purchase a home?
This is the person that either has some credit challenges and they want to work on their credit, because their term lease for this particular program is 5 years. You can buy the house in the first, the second, the third, or the fourth year, but definitely have to do it by the 5th year. Of course, your person that can't document income properly. Although I will say that I won't really lean towards that, because Trio is definitely wanting to make sure that you can afford the house. So they will be a little bit more lenient with your documentation, but you definitely need to show that you can afford the house. But it's more so for people who have the credit challenges.
Gotcha.
Team Time Realty Group is in the building with us today, like she is every Monday. Moving Properties Mondays, to be more Pacific. Hey, if you want to holler at her, you can check out her website, teamtimerealtygroup.com, or you can give her a call 24/7. Shout out what that number is.
404-379-6239.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to wrap this thing up. Luciana, I love the way you caught that sneeze, though. You did a great job. You did a great job catching that thing, boy. My thing would have been all over the place, boy. Hey, we come back, we're going to wrap it up. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com.
Lego. Sorry, guys.
Call that, boy. She was like,
I didn't want it to be so loud.
I would have farted and everything.
Like, here is the Eventbrite for Spirit Connection Ministry first annual Gospel Jazz Concert. It will be June 23rd from 6 to 10 at New Breed Ministries Church in Lasean. If you are interested in getting more information, please go over to michaelandjoy.com or go to Eventbrite and search Spirit Connection Ministry. And while you're at it, go like Gilmore Girl Greetings. Where's she at? And the website would be GilmoreGirlGreetings.com. I had a homeboy that was locked up for about 5 years. wrote him a letter like almost every other day, sent all types of stuff. I'm mad at him now because he acted like I ain't really do nothing.
Really?
Yeah, we held him down super tight. Matter of fact, while I'm on it, I think I'm gonna need some healing from that. No, that's like real talk. When you do so much for somebody especially after you say it after the first couple months, like his own girl,
It'll be
like we just had a really, really good friendship, and I just knew that was gonna be a hard fit for him to do on his own. Sent him books and all types of stuff. Let me slide in his DM real quick and cuss it off. Ask for healing. I forgot. You said I'm a minister now. Check out Gilmore Girl Greetings. Thank you.
Michael and Joy in the morning, michaelandjoy.com as we wrap up this Monday edition of Michael and Joy. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Nikita Todd-Stanley. Team Todd Realty Group, to be more specific, dedicated to helping people realize the dream of home ownership. You can visit her website, teamtoddrealtygroup.com. Oh man, packed show, a lot of information today like we do every day here on Power 108.9. Luciana is in the building. Luciana, you know you got an old lady name, right?
My grandmother name.
That's your mama name?
My grandmother name.
There you go. There you go. Ain't too many Lucianas walking around.
She tried to add a little something to it. Change the spelling of it. I love it, Luciana.
Oh, did you change the spelling for real?
My grandmother, they didn't know how to spell it. They just named it.
There you go.
So they put she said It's a complicated story.
Well, we are happy to have you here. Congratulations to Gilmore Girls. Greetings. And I know you don't have a specific date set up for revive, revisit, and reconnect with our daughters, but it's going to be coming soon.
Yes.
Talk about the event and who you're looking to reach.
So the event is for, of course, for mothers and daughters to engage in a weekend of conference sessions. On Friday, it's an introduction for a mix and mingle, and then it's all-day sessions planned on Saturday, and then on Sunday, there is a celebrity brunch where we will bring in celebrities who will actually talk about motherhood, either their walk-in motherhood or their childhood experiences. So, it's not only for the mother, though, because we have sessions that are built around just women, and, some healing that they just need to do for themselves. And then connecting, just maybe some things that they need to get over with as well. So there is a woman that is coming to speak whose mother recently passed, and they had some issues in her motherhood relationship, and so she's just speaking about how to make sure that you do kind of alleviate those things before your mother passes, even if it may not be the best relationship, that you close that circle before your mother is not here anymore.
Yeah. Luciana Gilmore, congratulations to you. Revive, revisit, and reconnect with our daughters. For people that want to continue to follow your journey and check out some of your information, where do they go?
Yes, so my website is GilmoreGirlsGreetings.com. I'm also on Instagram at Gilmore Girls Greetings. I'm on Facebook at Gilmore Girls Greetings. Twitter, Gilmore Girls Greetings. So just
MySpace, Gilmore.
I don't have.
Okay.
And I do just want to shout out real quick. Me and Luciana, we co-authored a book called Push Through.
Yes.
And Luciana, you are the first chapter, if I'm not mistaken. So push through, girl.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Also, congratulations to you, Mr. Hodges. We're looking forward to hanging out with you June 23rd. It is going down. Spirit Connection Ministry presents their first annual gospel jazz concert. Join them for an event to remember entertainment, artists, singers, food. You had me at food as always. Vendors and some awesome performances. You can check them out. New Breed Ministries Church. They're 1994 Stevenson Road out there in Lasean. Shout it, East Side. Yeah. But if you want more information on the concert, check out michaelandjoy.com, or you can visit the website too.
Yes, sir.
Check out the website, but just go to michaelandjoy.com. We got you. It's going down on the 23rd. And of course, Nikita Todd-Stanley. Team Todd Realty Group. Best advice you got for those lease-to-owners out there?
Best advice is to just give me a call, because of course there's a lot of moving parts. But just know that you do have options. So don't think that you and your family can't benefit from starting those steps to home ownership.
That's what I'm talking about. TeamTireRealtyGroup.com is the number, but if they want to call you and hear that voice, what they do?
They can call me at 404-379-6239.
Hey, I know we joke a lot on Michael and Joy and have a good time, but honestly, guys, suicide is real. I gave you some statistics that suicide rates increased more than 25% since 1999, and it is the 10th leading cause of death in 2015. So if you know anyone that needs to just talk to somebody, pick up the phone. 1-800-273-8255 is the number. It's free. It's confidential. They offer 24-hour support 7 days a week for those people that are in suicide crisis or just distress. And also for our Spanish-speaking folk out there is a number for real. It's 1-800-628-9454. Once again, go to michaelandjoy.com. We have all of the information up there. Yeah, we love to joke and have fun, but we do hit serious topics every day, and suicide prevention is one. Just because it's a celebrity, guys, we got some of our own friends and family that's out here hurting. So let's see if we can be a voice for them to help them out. Hey, tomorrow's Tuesday. Y'all know what that means. Same time, same place.
It's Tuesday.
Michael and Joy in the morning. Yup. And once again, thank you to Luciana for hanging out with us today. Mr. Bill Hodges, William Bill. Just don't call me late for dinner. Hodges. You can check him out. And of course, our girl Nikita Todd-Stanley. Shout out to Cassandra and Carl, right?
Hey.
It's Carl, right?
Yeah.
Carl's sitting over there in the
Hey,
clip,
Eddie.
Carl. Oh yeah, Eddie's here. My bad. Forgot about Eddie. He made it finally. He's in the building. Hey, yeah, we Michael and Joy.
It's Michael and Joy. We'll see you
y'all tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Wake up, shout it.
Let go. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
From the top of my head to
Drop
the
right
soles of my
now.
feet, I ask that
Right now.
God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your territory.
Just
and
keep it
capacity.
recorded.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Mute all the
Amen.
mics except for
Bye,
us.
guys. See you later.
Give me a drop real quick.
Yeah.
You want to run it on the same?
Yeah, just run on the same one. I'll cut it later.
What is
Cut
she?
it.
She's 3. Yeah.